Pokemon fans, Tamashii here, and today we're wrapping up our exploration of trainer classes with the final installment of What Kind of Pokemon Trainer Are You? If you missed the first two episodes, this is a series dedicated to helping trainers figure out what kind of trainer class they would fit into if player characters were assigned to trainer class based on the kinds of Pokemon they raise, or just their real-life hobbies or occupations. It's meant to be a fun little role-playing guide to help enhance the Pokemon playing experience, and it doesn't have any bearing on how the game plays mechanically. Previously, I've covered the first 40 trainer classes, and maybe you've already figured yours out just from those. But today I'll be tackling the final batch, so if you haven't decided yet or just want more options, maybe you'll be able to pick something from this bunch. Remember, if you really like a trainer class but you don't fit into anything described here, you can just choose one anyway, or even make up your own. There are no rules to this sort of thing. It's all about expressing yourself and having fun. And in the spirit of inclusion and creativity, trainer classes that in the games are exclusively one gender, age group, or body type will be extended here to include everyone, unless specifically noted otherwise. So let's finish up this journey of self-discovery and get going with the last group of trainer classes. Number 41, Parasol Lady or Man. Here's the trainer class I identify with. Parasol ladies and men specialize in weather teams, utilizing rain, sun, sand, or hail, which are my favorite types of teams to build. The parasol, of course, is to protect the trainer from the weather while allowing the Pokemon they use to benefit from it. If you too enjoy splashing in the puddles from your Drizzle Politoed or catching some rays with your Drought Ninetales, this class could be for you. Number 42, Pokemon Ranger. Unlike the Rangers in the spin-off game series called Pokemon Ranger, these trainers collect and train Pokemon just like anybody else, but they still protect wild Pokemon, passing travelers, and the environment. When Pokemon Rangers were first introduced, they specialized in Grass-type Pokemon, but have since moved on and use a wide variety of Pokemon in balanced teams. These trainers also often use berries and will give them away as prizes. If you're a friend of the environment and enjoy conquering the wilderness, you could be a Pokemon Ranger. Number 43, Pokemon Breeder. Believe it or not, there are people who really enjoy breeding for the perfect IVs, egg moves, natures, and abilities, and these trainers are known as Pokemon Breeders. In the games, breeders often raise varied teams of 6, but they tend to be weaker Pokemon, underleveled compared to the trainers around them. My theory is that these breeders work for the daycare and are helping level other people's Pokemon. The real breeders are definitely no slouches in battle, as their Pokemon are the cream of the genetic crop, with carefully optimized movesets, abilities, and natures. Some Pokemon breeders are less interested in eugenics, however, and simply like to breed using the Masuda method to get shiny Pokemon. Then of course there are breeders who will do both at the same time. If you spend most of your time with a dime under your circle pad hatching eggs, you could be a Pokemon breeder. Number 44, Ruin Maniac. Do you have an interest in archaeology? You might be a Ruin Maniac. These trainers specialize in ground, rock, and steel type Pokemon, and have a fascination with ancient ruins and artifacts. Many of them will explore on-site, researching and studying the area. Though there aren't many trainer classes that are actually known to use fossil Pokemon, I imagine if a Ruin Maniac could get their hands on one, this would be one of their favorite types of Pokemon. Number 45, Senior and Junior. For trainers who like to act as a mentor for another trainer, or for trainees who like to learn from mentors, you could be a senior and junior pair. This double battling duo will work together using a wide variety of Pokemon, teaching and learning from each other. Typically, the senior trainer will use a Pokemon a few levels higher than the junior, and will act more as support so their mentee can learn. Number 46, Triathlete. Triathletes are multi-talented trainers who compete in running, swimming, and cycling sports simultaneously, training and keeping their bodies in peak shape for all three. Depending on the activity at hand, these trainers will use Water-type Pokemon while swimming, Electric-type Pokemon while biking, or the Doduo line while running. Of course, if you only like one of these hobbies and not all three, you could be a member of the variant classes, swimmer, cyclist, or jogger. Swimmers were covered in the last installment of this video series and specialize in Water-type Pokemon. Cyclists will use a wide variety of Pokemon with a preference towards flying, fire, and electric types, and joggers will also use a variety of Pokemon but are known to only battle during the morning, which is typically the hour they prefer to run. Roller skaters are yet another variant class, who enjoy skating rather than cycling, and raise fighting, normal, flying, and electric-type Pokemon. Number 47, Painter. If you're the creative type who prefers expressing yourself artistically, you might be a painter. Painters will only raise the Pokemon Smeargle, which makes for an unpredictable battle. The variant trainer class, Artist, prefers a more diverse bunch of Pokemon, like Pokemon that can use Copycat or Mimic, Pokemon related to art such as Kricketune and of course Smeargle, and Pokemon resembling decorative art, many of whom happen to be Steel types. The more vague title of Artist also lends itself to less exclusive application, as it can be used by those who prefer mediums other than just paint. Number 48, Frontier Brain. What qualifies a trainer to become a Frontier Brain is even more loosely defined than the criteria surrounding gym leaders, but the main characteristic is that they award symbols to trainers that rise through the ranks in their facilities. In the Battle Frontier, each area has a different spin on Pokemon battling, which are rather unconventional and aren't always just about battling skill. If unorthodox battling styles such as those found in the Battling Frontier appeal to you, and you find yourself excelling at them, you might be a Frontier Brain. Which facility you command is really dependent upon which you find the most compelling, or perhaps you'd prefer to create your own and give yourself a truly unique title. Number 49, Athlete. This is an umbrella trainer class for anyone interested in sports, but there are many specialized trainer classes depending on your particular sport of interest. Bodybuilders are a variant trainer class that specialize in building muscle mass and have an affinity for Pokemon that use physical attacks, but will occasionally use Pokemon with high special attack as well, as long as they can go all-out offensive. Backers or cheerleaders, often that battle together in double battles, and will use Pokemon based on the teams or athletes that they cheer for. Hoopsters are trainers that play basketball, infielders are trainers that play baseball, linebackers are trainers who play American football, smashers are trainers who play tennis, and strikers are trainers who play soccer, all using a wide variety of Pokemon. Number 50, Chaser. Chasers are a trainer class who haven't appeared in any of the main series Pokemon games, but instead originate from Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. These trainers are all about keeping their opponents from escaping, and making use of moves like Pursuit, Imprison, Block, Mean Look, and other kinds of trapping tactics. A variant of this class, the Hunter, is more of a Pokemon poacher. Both of these classes are found in shady areas of Ore, and tend to employ dirty tactics to net them a victory. If you're up to no good but not quite a criminal, these classes might be for you. Number 51, Fun Old Lady or Fun Old Man. Fun Old Ladies, also known as Matrons, or Fun Old Men, are Pokemon trainers that can apply for senior citizen status and like to live it up and enjoy life. They don't specialize in any particular strategy or type of Pokemon, but just like to have fun. A variant of this trainer class is the Casual Guy or Gal, known as middle-aged man or woman in Japan, who are just a little younger. And Casual Dude and Dudette are another variant class for young adults. If you're a senior and not so on the fun-loving side, you might want to be the variant class Curmudgeon. These trainers will also use whatever they wish, however they wish, but they are very likely to have at least one Dark-type Pokemon in their party. Yet another variant of the adult Pokemon fan is the Myth Trainer, who would be any adult who still uses Pokemon they caught during their playthroughs from childhood. For the older Pokemon trainer, one of these classes might be for you, depending on your age range and outlook on life. Number 52, Rider. If you enjoy riding your Pokemon, this class is for you. Riders will raise a wide variety of Pokemon, but will typically have at least one Pokemon in their party that they can ride around, be that a flying Pokemon, a surfing Pokemon, or just a Pokemon big enough to carry them. If you actually live or work on a farm, you could choose the alternate name Cowgirl or Rancher instead. Number 53, Idol. Are you well known? Do you have a legion of adoring fans? Are you a pop singer, or perhaps just famous on the internet? You might be an idol. Idols typically use cute Pokemon, such as those found in the Fairy Egg group, but their true defining star quality is their cute demeanor and love of the limelight. If you're building a fan following but aren't quite an A-lister yet, you might be a new star instead. Or if you're already walking the red carpet, you might be a big star. If you aren't famous yourself, but are a big fan of some celebrity, you could call yourself a groupie. Even though that word has some kind of iffy implications, it is an actual trainer class used in Pokemon Battle Revolution. 54. Waiter or Waitress. For those who wait tables, there's a trainer class all for you. The Waiter or Waitress class are defined by their occupation, as well as a tendency toward normal-type Pokemon. In Generation 6, the Waiter class got a name change to Garçon to fit with the French setting. If you work in the kitchen rather than the dining room, you might be better suited for the Chef Trainer class, which enjoy the monkey trio of Pansage, Sear, and Pour. If you're not so into cuisine and prefer baking instead, there's also a class for you, the Baker. Bakers will usually have Pokemon that they can use to prepare food, such as Combee, Miltank, or Pansage to harvest ingredients from, or Fire-type Pokemon to heat the food. Or if you're even higher up the food chain and actually own a restaurant or business, you can go with the Owner Trainer class. These trainers often use strong and fully evolved Pokemon. Number 55. Maid or Butler. Not quite a socialite or gentleman, just employed by one. These classes are servants to the wealthy, keeping house, running errands, and generally helping them out. Maids are known for using Clefairy, or any Pokemon from the Field Egg group, occasionally specializing in starter Pokemon. Butlers are known for using Braviary, but not many have appeared in the game so far, so there may be more that they'll use. For groundskeepers, the variant trainer class Gardener may be more appropriate. These trainers will specialize in grass and bug-type Pokemon, and rely specifically on core fish to help them trim hedges. If you don't work for a rich family, but instead an institution, you could be a janitor instead, which use mostly poison-type Pokemon, and Pokemon that love to clean, like Vincino. Number 56, Backpacker. For those who enjoy traveling by foot, you might enjoy the Backpacker trainer class. They tend to travel light, carrying just a single Pokemon with them, and are known for regular use of repels, and even awarding them to trainers who can defeat them. If you prefer a more comfortable method of travel and enjoy seeing new places, you might be a tourist or sightseer instead. These trainers use Pokemon from their home region only, such as Kanto or Johto. If you have no preferred method of traveling but enjoy seeing the world anyway, you could be a traveling guy or a traveling lady instead. Number 57, Clerk. If you work in an office, you might choose Clerk as your trainer class. Regardless of rank, clerks are white-collar workers who use a wide range of Pokemon and work for big corporations. If you sit at a cubicle all day, this might be you. Number 58, Dancer. These trainers can pop, lock, spin, and tap. Regardless of style of dance, dancers tend to only raise a single species of Pokemon, even if it means having multiples of the same Pokemon in their party. A variant dance trainer class is the Little King or Little Queen, who pick Pokemon based on their appearance and enjoy participating in Little Cup battles. If you'd prefer to make the music rather than dance to it, you might prefer the variant trainer class Musician. Musicians often use Electric-type Pokemon, or Pokemon associated with music, like Wigglytuff or Chatot. Number 59, Driver. If you drive for a living, be it transport or delivery, you just might be a driver. Drivers favor the Sandile line of Pokemon, and are known to challenge patrons if they cannot pay their fare. If what you drive is a little bigger and on rails instead, you might prefer the variant class, Depot Agent, which deal with trains and subways instead, and prefer electric and steel-type Pokemon. If aircraft is your preferred vehicle to operate, you could be a pilot instead, who specialize in flying-type Pokemon. Number 60, Doctor or Nurse. Do you work in healthcare? You might be a doctor or a nurse. These two trainer classes are gender counterparts in the games, but I say to hell with gender roles. Anybody can be either one. Doctors and nurses in the games are pretty peaceful folk. They won't battle you unless directly challenged, and once they're defeated, they'll fully heal your Pokemon whenever you need. Both classes tend to use Psychic and Bug-type Pokemon, as well as Pokemon with healing moves, like Chansey, Meltake, and Audino. If a doctor or nurse's Pokemon is afflicted with a status condition during battle, they'll use items to cure it. So if your goal is to heal the sick or injured, consider one of these classes. Number 61, Game Freak. Do you work at Game Freak? If so, holy crap, someone from Game Freak is actually watching my videos! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, give me a minute to fangirl here. Okay, I'm cool. In the games, members of Game Freak first appeared in order to award the player with a diploma for completing the Pokédex. It wasn't until Gen 5 that staff members who worked on the games would show up as people you could actually battle, such as Nishino, one of the game designers, or Morimoto, one of the programmers. Each tended to use their favorites, such as Snorlax or the Simi Trio. So if you work for Game Freak, call me. Number 62, World Championship title. Probably by the time this video is uploaded, the Pokemon World Championships will have ended. But if you participated this year, or any year, there are actually unique trainer classes that only people who play at Worlds ever get to see. These titles, Junior Representative, Master Representative, Senior Representative, World Champion, World Finalist, and World Runner-Up are unique and are only awarded to those who can fill these ranks at the actual VGC World competition. Whether or not you win, or even rank, being able to attend and compete at Worlds is a huge honor, and I hope someday I get to see it in person. But if you're one of the few who actually manage to fill these roles at Worlds, these trainer classes are for you. Number 63, Actor or Actress. If you love the limelight, feel at home on the stage or a big screen, or just love to be in front of a crowd, you might be an actor or actress. These trainer classes in the games only appear in Pokestar Studios, and are held by very specific characters depending on which movie you're filming. So which Pokemon they use really depends on the role that they're playing in the scene that they're trying to film. There are lots of variations of this trainer class: the A-list actor, the fine actor, the star actor, the suit actor, the veteran star, celebrity, chic actress, child star, new actress, unique star, comedian, and movie star. What title you'd like to pick really depends on what sort of entertainer you fancy yourself to be. Number 64, Pokemon Professor. Pokemon Professors have been around since the beginning, but they didn't become a battling trainer class until Gen 6. Well, not really anyway. There is an unused battle with Professor Oak within the code of Gen 1, but it never made it into the final game. These researchers of all things Pokemon are considered experts in their field, and are known to distribute Pokedexes to young trainers to assist them in their research. Of the 1.5 professors who are known to battle, they tend to use starter Pokemon, and rare Pokemon found within their respective region. So if you consider yourself a Pokemon expert and your favorite thing is learning more about Pokemon, this could be the class for you. The variant trainer class is the Professor's Aide. These are assistant researchers that tend to specialize in grass-type Pokemon and building mechanical legendary Pokemon. Number 65. Punk Guy or Punk Girl. Punks are known for their anti-conformist attitudes and stylings, with wild hair colors, dark makeup, partially shaved heads, leather, buckles, and ripped clothes. Punks like dark, ghost, poison, and normal types, and occasionally they'll join together to form a gang, creating the variant trainer class gang member. They might be intimidating and have a reputation for causing trouble, but don't be too quick to make judgments based on how they dress. Number 66. Fairy Tale Girl or Boy. And last but not least, we have the brand new Fairy Specialty Trainer class, the Fairy Tale Girl or Boy. These fairy-loving trainers will train any fairy-type Pokemon, with the occasional psychic and normal type thrown in. Some have a rather creepy air about them, so watch your back. There are a lot of trainer classes that don't have any specific trends that define them, and mostly these trainer classes come from spin-off games, like Pokemon Coliseum, XD, or Battle Revolution. It's hard to define these, but they are still legitimate trainer classes, so if there's one in particular that sounds appealing to you just based on the name, feel free to make up characteristics of that class and adopt it for yourself. From Battle Revolution, we've got Beginning Trainer, Lone Wolf, Money Boy, Ordinary Guy, Poison Tongue Boy, Poketopia Master, Sci-Fi Maniac, Stubborn Boy, Future Girl, Hard-Headed Girl, Ordinary Lady, Tomboy, Challenger, High-Tech Maniac, Leader in Training, Steel Spirit, Coliseum Leader, and Coliseum Master. From Coliseum and XD, there's Area Leader, Deep King, VR Trainer, and Sim Trainer. From Black and White, there's Subway Boss, and from Black and White 2, there's Boss Trainer, who appeared in the Unova Challenge. From X and Y, there's Successor, which is Karina's unique class, and then there are all the classes that go with the Battle Chateau, like Baron, Baroness, Countess, Duchess, Duke, Earl, Grand Duchess, Marchioness, Marquise, Viscount, and Viscountess. I hope I didn't pronounce any of those wrong. Lastly is the Battle Chatelaine, which were the leaders of the Battle Maison. And that concludes my 3-part series on all the trainer classes of the Pokemon world. Did you figure out what trainer class you most identify with? Did you make up your own? Let me know in the comments below. This is a really fun set of videos to make, so I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click here to subscribe for more Pokemon videos. See ya!